Recipe for rigging. How's that for alliteration this morning? A fresh bid to scrap the IEBC's duty to live stream polling station results has triggered alarm ahead of the 2027 general election. The bill, sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot and Minority Leader Stuart Matzayo, is before the Senate's Justice and Legal Affairs Committee and seeks to remove one of the key transparency safeguards introduced after past disputed polls. Critics say the move would make it harder for the public and the media to independently verify results, fueling fears of electoral manipulation. With the election less than a year away, its timing has intensified suspicion that the changes could benefit President William Ruto if the integrity of the electoral process is compromised. I mean, duh. Come on. It's so obvious that, I say just try a little bit not to be so overt about what you want to do, because I've thought about this and I said, okay, let's think about it logically from both angles.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do this? It's not a matter of cost. It doesn't harm you in any way to have these results transmitted. In fact, it was introduced when there were disputed polls.
Yes.
So this was introduced to kind of let everybody be on the same page.
To help you do your job.
Now, to remove them would almost definitely suggest that there would be something you're trying to manipulate or something that you wanted to hide. Why? That this comes from Senate?
Yeah.
That is an oversight body? I don't know.
I mean, because you remove it, and what you're pretty much telling Kenyans is, you are blind to this exercise, wait for it, we will tell you, especially in a country where elections have always been a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, when people sit and decide to pass such things, do they ever think about the country? Do they ever think about the place they want their children to grow in?
I don't know.
Do they ever pause to think that this is the only country they have? One would argue, fine, I can leave this country, yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine, but wherever it is you're going, you can't be rejected and sent back home. Where exactly are you going back to?
I mean, it doesn't look, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't look good. That what you're trying to do is that you want Kenyans to be flying blind during an election.
No.
And then, because what you've done is that you've opened it up for speculation that what exactly are you trying to do? When I think about Stuart Matzayo and I think about Aaron Cheriot having brought this forward, and I say, what would be the intent? I would love to see the reasoning behind the suggestion, because right now I can't think of anything that would make sense, whether no matter how you want to look at it. And unless you want people to troop to the polling stations and then have them send information on their phones, I don't know. But this was one way to show fire.
And you see, it's not like IEBC can't do it. They can do it. Why would anyone else think that this is the right thing to do?
The fact that it was not look.
You know what I mean? It's not IEBC, and these are political players themselves.
Exactly.
And they are aligned to a specific side, where unfortunately this time around they are aligned to government. Unfortunately, it's also being seen as if these could be a government agenda. You can't help but anyone would think like that.
The unwritten rule of speculation is that you can't define then what I can speculate about or what you can speculate about. So long as there is a hole, I am going to fill it with anything if you're not giving me the information. But if anything, to me, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it as it is. It stinks to high heaven, and it just seems as though you're planning something else, because it's not that you were bored on a Tuesday and you said, okay, how about we push this thing whereby going to stop live results? Okay, no, you can't. Of course, it's going to be discussed, and the hope for Kenyans and democracy and the people is that as it sits before the Legal Justice Affairs Committee, that they will see the sense in not removing something like this. That's the prayer. This one you have to now send prayer, because this one is not ordinary talk. This one is prayer now.
I have a question to that, sorry. So if IEBC will not be allowed to transmit it, that would also mean that media can't transmit it.
That's the point here, because now where is media getting it from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that would mean that even if media had that information, because it's been banned, you can't really do anything with it.
Exactly.
So it is your word against our EBCs. Talk about transparency.
Criminal. It's a crime scene.
Yeah.
That's what you're essentially going to do. That you've opened the door for anything to happen.
Yeah.
Because once you open that door, it's very difficult for you to shut it.
True.
Only 6 out of 10 newborns get life-saving first-hour breast milk. Because why? Despite nearly 9 in 10 deliveries taking place under the care of skilled health workers, exposing thousands of newborns to a higher risk of preventable illness and death, we must understand that breast milk actually is your first line of immunity for a newborn. And that's why they insist build it over the next 6 months. It's not happening. Bandits killed 2 in Isiolo, still herds of livestock. It still continues.
Yeah.
How about you focus on that as the interior ministry? I don't know. Daughter's house gift sparks bitter family feud. 15 years after building a mother a home, Rhoda Wanyama watched it reduce to ashes in a land dispute. The incident has sparked a legal and cultural battle over daughter's rights to own ancestral property. See, that's what my father, he gave his daughters and sons land.
Yeah.
This thing of, because she's a woman, then she cannot own. I don't even want to start that because it's going to get us down a rabbit hole that I don't think we have time for this morning. But this thing about women not being able to own because now she's not married to a man. Just let's keep it moving. Battle looms over plan to scrap live streaming. Of course, that's going to be a hot one. And there are many people with sense who are also entering into the conversation. Leadership, culture, and creativity take center stage at the music festival. I'm telling you, Kenya's children are out doing some fantastic stuff over the last couple of days. Vision 2060, it's already being called that. Can Ruto build Kenya's future amid a trail of failed projects? There's a reason why you bring your CV to a job interview. And there's a reason why somebody tells you to tell them about your experience and what it is that you've actually been able to do. They want to be able to see, because in many cases, the past is going to then be able to dictate the present and the future.
Guess what?
What?
Also in that CV, you have people called referees. Yeah. You as the president, your referee are your people. What exactly are your referees telling you? What are they telling your next employer? Think about it. Just think about it.
How regions that made Ruto president are now his biggest test, something to look into. Wamonyoro Conclave is what's on the next page, where Gachagwa's grip of Mount Kenya was firmed. Can science predict Kenya's next human-elephant conflict? Science can do a number of things. The data and information that you have, the question is, what are you actually doing with it? These are some of the stories that are in the Standard this morning. On the opinion pages, Nyaringo talks about Ruto may be the West's blue-eyed boy, but their hugs are never free. Ain't that the truth? Looking into that, it's a health and science. The deadly cost of delay is what's in that pullout today. Also looking into planet action and human-caused climate change pushing malaria into the highlands where it wasn't really before. And Standard Business talks about early pension withdrawals surge amid slow job creation. People are taking their pension early to be able to survive. That's what that story is telling us. Something to look into. And of course, looking into the sports pages this morning, Commonwealth Games still continue. Kenyans stay focused after Glasgow pain. And Kenya's medals in Scotland so far: 3 gold, 4 silver, and 5 bronze. All right.
Yes.
Zambia overcomes host Kenya in the under-18 duty, and this is what we're talking about. Polo in Nairobi. All right. So it looks like the Standard